Hel-
I'm like, who's gonna
we have to
start
start.
talking?
We have to start with laughter. Don't worry, I will introduce us,
Okay,
so
so-
it'll be fun. Okay, hello. I am Stephen Caldwell. My pen name is SJR Caldwell, so don't be confused. This is the same person. And I am with Josh Iyer today. Hello, Josh.
Hello, Stephen.
So for people who maybe only know one of us, or maybe even neither of us, uh, who are you, and how did we meet? I mean, we met as grad students at Illinois.
Yeah, we were at we met as grad students, and we were both like TAs together, so that was super fun. And then we just kept going through just a online group and stuff. We kind of kept meeting each other online, and we're like good friends now across the country, which is kind of fun.
I know we haven't seen each other
Oh gosh,
since 2020. Yeah,
21 or 20?
I think 20.
I think wow.
Because I didn't go back to Illinois, like the pandemic, just
after
like
the pandemic. Oh
like
my gosh.
And then I was doing my dissertation in
That's
Florida,
right.
and
Oh gosh,
yeah.
that's wild. Okay, well, that was mind blowing. I need to come travel up to see you sometime.
Yes, yeah.
One day. I have so many people to go visit.
Yep, that's how it goes. Yeah. So I mean, we talked about doing a project like this off and on, probably starting in 2020,
Probably,
right? Like,
I would say, yeah. And then just we were both finishing school, and that was a busy time. And then we were doing lots of things, and then I guess it just worked out. What was it? Well, it was last year we actually started doing it, right? Was when we started.
Yeah. So basically, this track that we're talking about today took us a year. I mean, obviously that's like in the back burner of like, this is a side project for both of us, but it is kind of full circle to think about 12 months from like formally starting it to formally finishing it.
Yeah, it's always great to like just see anything you're working on, any creative project, just like where does it start and where does it end up, and like depending on how long it takes, like it's just like you have so many iterations of that process. And like how we collaborated online was like a whole thing, and it just all came together so well. I'm so proud of how this turned out.
Oh, I am too. I feel really fantastic about it, and like I'm glad you mentioned the collaboration process, because I've never done a collaborative composition
Same
before.
Not really,
because like I've collaborated with people where it's like their role is not composition, and that feels very familiar to like it's understandable. Hey, I'm doing the composition, you're doing the other thing. But this was like so much of a back and forth. So actually what I'm going to do now, we won't hear it, but I will play your very first sketch for everyone to hear. So is that your upright piano at home?
I think that was I work at a music studio where I'm teaching private lessons. I think that was there. I think what I did was I think it was like just on a walk. I was just sketching out the idea. I sketched out like probably 5 or 6 sketches or something for this until I landed on the one I liked the best. And we were talking about when inspiration struck. And then I think it happened to be before I was teaching or something. So I just recorded it on that piano and then went and taught that day and sent it to you or something like that.
Yeah. You were like, hey, I just came up with a full melody with like an arc and everything. And I pressed play and I thought, okay, we can definitely work with this. Yeah. And at that time, we thought this was going to be a lo-fi track. That's what like we called this our lo-fi collaboration.
Yes.
Like all the sketches say like lo-fi sketch, and we did not make a lo-fi track. That is not what happened.
Far from it.
Which I think is so interesting. So you wrote that sketch, and then I started writing some string parts immediately after that to like harmonize it and to like kind of just like fill it out, because this 4-bar loop is like a pretty big part of lo-fi.
Right.
And then I sent that to you, and I forget then what you sent back to me. It's been so...
Yeah, I know. Did I... Either I orchestrated that out. No, I don't think I did. I think I just continued. And I remember this because this was when I think this was a Muse score. I think I found I could put it in and not Finale. This is the first time I was like learning this software, and now I use it every day. It's like Finale, it's dead to me now. I mean, it's gone now. But like I'm like used to it now. But I remember that was like my big process of learning this composition software, and then also trying to orchestrate out a little bit more of it. And then I think I sent it back to you before I did like the big climax section. Does that sound right?
Yes, that is correct. And we just kind of kept tinkering with it. I don't think we even were thinking that we were gonna do a climax section.
No. I don't know how that...
I started using the horn part, the French horn part, as a simplified version of the melody, and I was like taking little bits and like motifs from your main melody.
I remember that.
And just kind of creating more melodic line, the bass line, and those kinds of things. And at a certain point we both just said, let's not hold this back. Like the material says that this is going to be like an orchestral video game score kind of thing. Let's just follow it. Let's just go there. I think we could have boxed it in. We could have done that, and I'm so glad we didn't. Because the material was saying, hey, I want to go there.
I was just gonna say, I do think that in the beginning and the end, with what you did, Stephen, with the kind of crackle and all those effects like that, I think that's remnants of the lo-fi origins of the piece. But then we just let it expand in the middle, and then it just turned into this orchestral piece.
It's a foot in the door of the lo-fi world, definitely, because all of our original composition choices were like, hey, it has to be a 4-bar loop. It has to be one melody. So there was like original lo-fi thinking that just is infused throughout the whole thing, even if that's not what it ended up being.
A little bit like Ravel's Bolero, I guess, in a way, where he kind of has this melody that he expands, or through the orchestra, through the piece. I guess we kind of did. It ended up being something similar.
Yeah, and like I can't think of you without thinking of Ravel. Like compositionally, like Ravel is like I don't know. Is Ravel your favorite composer?
Yes. I think it's fair to say. Yeah.
I think it's fair to say. Yeah. So like, and you do so much work with like, video game covers and video game music, and you're like so involved in like a community of creators in that field. And I really wanted this collaboration to be a combination of your voice and my voice.
Yes.
And I think it really is.
We nailed it. I think so. Like it has like just stuff that you do. Like I remember when I was sketching my ideas, I was listening to your lo-fi album, I can't remember the name of it, I'm so sorry, but the one that
Starlight Florist.
It's fine. 2020. I was listening to that, and that was giving me inspiration for my melody. So like I think it already kind of came through your work, and then obviously then the orchestration aspects, I think I just kind of went into my world, into my voices and stuff with that. And then it definitely just turned into just a blending of like the best of both of us.
Yeah, it was wild. Like you were like using a lot of harmonies that you were hearing in my work or various things like that. And then you'd send me parts, and I'd go, oh, I really like this, but I think I'd want the flute to maybe do a little thing here, and then I would just change your stuff slightly. So it was like this constant process of like, I change your work and add my work, and then you change my work and add your work. And I think because both of us, I think we work really well together, and it wasn't like I was ever like, oh, I'm gonna hurt Josh's ego or something like that. It was just like, we're just changing it. And it was so cool to see it when it came back to me.
Yeah.
It was like sending a message in a bottle or something.
Yeah, or like musical ping pong or something like that, where we're bouncing it because we're not together. We're in two different places and doing it online, and just this is how it came together. And I think for me, like my doing video game covers with like people online, it's the same way. I mean, we get an arrangement, we get a click track, and we each just send our stems back and forth, and then it creates the final mix and everything. And this is the same way, but for like an original composition, which is really cool.
It's just been like such a rewarding process. I think seeing your things, like, it inspires me, and then we're like both feeding off of each other, and I feel really happy with the end result. We have a full orchestra, full choir.
Daphnis and Chloe.
We were oh yeah, that climax that you wrote is like so Daphnis and Chloe.
It's been I don't know, like 5 months or something since I've last heard this thing, and I'm just like, oh, this really is like Daphnis and Chloe.
It's been a pleasure working on all this together. And then of course I wrote the little text
poem,
and recorded that. Yeah, the poem. And if you're listening to this, and you probably saw that, like the fast forward of the album art, I drew that pretty recently there, and all the runes are actual Germanic runes, and they spell out the text. So it's so good. It's not nonsense. They're actual, would be almost legible, because like actually runes don't have a 1-to-1 to the Latin alphabet, but it's close enough. It's close enough for me anyway.
Like in the Zelda games or something, where they have the runes, and it, like, I think you can translate them in some way, but it's like weird or something.
yeah So where can people find your work, Josh? Where can they follow you, that sort of thing?
So I'm kind of Joshua Iyer on like everything. Josh Violin Piano on Instagram, and maybe we can put a subtitle up, and then I'm not on X anymore. I'm really on Blue Sky, if you've heard of that. So I'm Joshua Iyer on that, and then joshuaiyer.com is like my website, my official website with all of my stuff. So you can, I'm trying to update it as regularly as I can. Like I'm working on some projects right now, so hopefully that'll be posted on there. So yeah, that's for, and then I have like a couple of YouTube channels, just Joshua Iyer, so you can find me through there.
Yes, and of course, like your covers are on Spotify and Apple and all that through Joshua Iyer as well. Yeah.
And I guess I can could give a shout out, since we're talking about video games. I did a couple of music for the Bonus Points Let's Play series that they've done. They've done a couple. They're doing the Return of the Obra Dinn right now, and I wrote the intro and outro music for them. So
yeah. I feel like you always have like a dozen projects going on, like all these like little strands that you're following up on every time we talk. And
and same with you though. Every time we talk, I'm like, oh yeah, you have like this thing, you've taught like orchestra pieces and stuff.
I feel like doing different kinds of projects at the same time is like actually like it invigorates me, because it's like I'm not just doing one thing, I'm kind of doing a bunch of.
It helps feed motivation into different things that you're doing. And then we talked about this before. Something I keep thinking about is like every single thing we're doing, like this not lo-fi video game project versus like a classical composition versus, like, they're all different worlds of your music. I mean, you can combine stuff from them, but like I feel like you can also think of them as all different places in your musical life or something, or different rooms in a house or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're different musical languages, and you're kind of being like, okay, I am in this role, like I am now in like lo-fi composition mode. And it was funny because we we like took off that hat and put a different hat on midway through, but I think it worked out super, super well. So this is, of course, I don't think we even said the name of the track until now. This is all for Storybook Tales of Yore, a collaboration between me and Josh, and you'll be able to access that anywhere. It'll be on all streaming platforms as well as YouTube. And yeah, thank you for listening. And Josh, thank you for talking today. This has been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Stephen. Like I've loved listening to your work ever since we met in 2020 or 2019 really, but you know.
2019.
So, and it's a pleasure to like be a part of this world, and we'll see where we go from here.
I think it was such an enjoyable process. I can't imagine that we don't. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you.